Today, I'm giving you an exclusive look at my new Sydney home with an empty apartment tour. 111. It's an open space. This is wild and this is crazy. A lot of storage around here. So this is what I envisioned. So we are in a heritage listed building, which was once a furniture warehouse, but now it's been converted into a boutique development of just over 30 apartments. My husband and I bought this place with the intention of living here for a year, and then we will reassess and see what's next. Life has been so full recently in the best ways possible, so I haven't officially had the time to really dive into interior world. So let me show you around and give you an empty apartment tour. And then when I edit this video, I'll put up on the screen a couple of the pieces that I'm envisioning for this place. The interior style that I personally love is mid-century modern, and I do have a couple of pieces that I will be bringing over, but I'm super excited to style up this place with more furniture and more pieces with a bit more character to make this house feel like a home. So starting with, as soon as you walk in, it's an open space, which is the living space. And this is what I particularly love when you come into a home, a space that feels open and spacious. And then when you go into here, we have the kitchen, nice and enclosed with all of the items that we've used for a spiritual cleanse, of course. A big part of my visualization and embodiment was actually this kitchen space. As you'll see, I'll put up on the screen videos, the kitchen is enclosed, and then as you walk out, it's the living area. And I already envisioned having the couch set up facing towards the wall and having the TV up against the wall. And so when you're cooking here, when you're washing the dishes or you're cooking on the stovetop on that side, you can actually still peep through this section and see what's on the TV, or if you're watching a series, what's happening on the series. I'll share a whole section of manifestation tips on how to manifest your dream apartment or a home that you love towards the end. So make sure to keep watching. And then we have the sunroom balcony area, which I actually envision my art all to be here, either here or here. Lots of plants and full of creativity. And then here we have the second bedroom. And then this will be the main living area. And this is what I'm sort of envisioning for the space. And then come on over to this side over here. So this is a nook, which I love how they styled when we viewed this place. Desk there, chair, some artwork. What I have realized about myself is that I like to move around when I work. So I don't like to be just in one place. I literally move around from my desk to the dining table to the couch to a cafe. And so I knew that I didn't really want a room that was solely dedicated to my office. We had that in our last apartment and I really just moved around a lot. So I'm excited for this creative nook, and this is the kind of vibe that I'm going for. So here's the bathroom and the shower. A lot of storage around here. So very happy with that. And then you walk through here and then this will be our bedroom. Over here is the ensuite, very spacious. And then we head out back to the living and dining space. So it's been about a month now since we moved in and I filmed those clips. And as you can see, we have unpacked a little bit, but we pretty much are still settling in. But I didn't forget, I am going to share with you those manifestation tips. So here are the 3 tips on how to manifest your dream apartment or home. I'm going to start with a story. This story begins when the whole world shut down. Do you remember that time? Yeah, you do. It wasn't a pleasant time, but nonetheless, that's where we're going to begin. I was living in London at the time, and life was great until, of course, the world started shutting down. My whole industry shut down. My partner at the time, husband now, we moved back to Australia, not because we wanted to. And so when we got back to Australia, we didn't have a place here. We didn't have an apartment. We didn't have anywhere to live. All of our things were still in our London apartment. We had to get them shipped over by sea freight, and that took a couple of months. And once all of those items arrived, we knew that we had to look for an apartment. And so when it came to finding an apartment that I would be happy to live in and call home for our time here in Sydney, there were three things that I knew that I wanted. Number one is that I knew that I wanted to be well connected. Coming from living in London, being surrounded by amazing cafes, I knew that I still wanted that in my life. Number two was the lighting. I'm a photographer, I'm a content creator, and so I value beauty and aesthetics, but lighting in a place really lifts the mood and just creates a nice ambiance in the space. And number three, and this is the most significant part to all of this, was that I knew that I wanted to feel like I was still on holiday. And how did that feel for me? That felt expansive, yet still well connected and exciting. And so when we were on the hunt, my husband was sending apartment after apartment and all of the inspections that would come up for us to go to. I denied many of them. He was so annoyed because he wanted to move out so much quicker than I did, but I knew that patience was a whole part of this process until this one apartment block came up on my searches. And when I saw these words as how the apartment building and block was described, I knew that this was the one. It was a new build. It had gorgeous light. And to top it off, it was travel inspired. The gym that was going to be built, because it hadn't been built at the time that we moved in, it was a New York loft style. And then the rooftop pool that definitely felt like I was on holiday whenever I made my way up there was Greece inspired. All of the paint was this beautiful white, blue, and then they even had plants that were the pink bougainvillea that you see all over Greece. Tell me that isn't wild, crazy, cool, everything in alignment. I wanted to be well connected. We were literally footsteps from cafes, a park, the train station, the doctor, chemists, everything that you could ever need. Oh, the groceries as well, grocery stores, well lit. We had a balcony. We had gorgeous light always coming through. And then, of course, this one always blows me away, even as I say this right now, the feeling of being on holiday, feeling that deep within my body, knowing how that feels like, that expansiveness, that connectedness, but also excitement and curiosity. And so as I tell you this, whether you are looking to rent or to buy, here are 3 tips for manifesting your dream apartment or home. Number 1 is to get hyper specific on your vision. The clearer the vision, the easier it is for your brain to notice. The clearer the vision, the more easier it is for your brain to notice the aligned opportunities. So my husband and I already knew that we liked where we were currently living. This is the inner south of Sydney. It's 15 minutes from the city centre of Sydney, and it's an area that is well known for warehouse conversions and it being transformed into new cafes, new apartments, as well as offices. So you want to note down the following details of what your dream apartment or dream home looks like, feels like, and this will be used practically to filter your search results. I would say emotional specificity matters more than material specificity. However, these practical aspects allow you to tap into those emotions. So, knowing if you do like hardwood floors, big windows to bring in the light to feel the warmth, the feeling of being on holiday, like how I tapped into for manifesting my old apartment. Noting these material aspects down will help you with the emotional aspect to all of this, which, by the way, can be enhanced with scripting. Now, you know how much I love scripting for manifestation, scripting as a manifestation technique, because your subconscious mind can't actually tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So when you're using the manifestation technique of scripting to manifest your dream home, your dream apartment, as if it's already the home that you're living in, you're breathing in, you're watching, you're sleeping in, it can literally rewire your brain to attract it faster. Number 2 of manifesting your dream apartment or dream home is embodiment. Okay, so you know how I mentioned emotional specificity matters more than material specificity, but we do need that material specificity to feel those deep emotions. And embodying those emotions is definitely the next step. Other people would describe this as act as if. This is definitely a manifestation technique. I like to describe this phase more as being until you become. This is a concept that I've also written in my book, Your Soul Purpose, Manifest a Life You Love. And it's all about being in the energy, embodying the energy until you become, until it becomes your physical reality in the here and now. Manifestation becomes so much more powerful when your nervous system feels safe receiving the reality that you truly desire. So instead of wanting that dream apartment, wanting that dream home of yours, start living in alignment with the version of you who already has it, so that it starts to feel normal. The goal here is energetic congruence, not pretending, but being available for the experience. So for me, this was all about decorating the space already. When we did an inspection of this space, I knew already and I felt it deep within my bones that this was for us. And I knew where my mirror belonged. So this is a mirror that I got created by a boutique designer here in Sydney. It's like this wavy style, full-length mirror. And I knew that this would be placed right where you walk in by the door. So this is what I envisioned. And when you see the reflection of that mirror, it's got the lounge space, it's got the dining table. And when you're taking selfies in that mirror, you would see it behind you. You know, the important things in life. And so this is one of the things that I really leaned into, along with the kitchen manifestation, the kitchen visualization that I shared with you earlier. So as you look out from the kitchen, whether you're cooking, whether you're making yourself a tea or washing a mug or something like that, you can look out and you can still see what is on the TV. So if you're watching a series, and at that time I was really into Outlander, and that's what I envisioned. And I told my husband that when we finally got the place, and he was so amazed and shocked at how specific my visualizations were. And that's the whole point of this phase of embodiment, is that you're already living in the version of yourself that has it, that it just feels normal, that you're completely detached. Because when you have something, you're not striving for it, you're not grasping and gripping onto it. For me, it just feels normal. Yeah. It's all visualized and embodied. And so do this for each section. I did it for the mirror living room section. I did it for the kitchen. I did it for the bedroom, waking up, going to the bathroom, because I knew the layout of the space. And this is how to manifest using embodiment, being until you become. And then the final tip to manifest your dream apartment or dream home is to combine the energetics with practical aligned action. Manifestation works best when intention is accompanied with movement. And with this movement comes that practical aligned action. So, some examples of aligned action with manifesting your dream apartment or dream home: setting alerts on rental or property apps with the specific criteria using the filters, transferring the funds over that you already have that's going to be part of your house deposit, meeting with your mortgage broker to understand what your borrowing power is, visiting open homes just because and before you are ready. This is a really exciting one for me because I love to see open homes and just devour in the space and living in the space. And decluttering, it's a good signal that expresses that you are ready for expansion, to move on, to let go of things so that you can step into a new chapter. Many people wait until they feel fully ready before they start taking action, but these small shifts and this momentum in itself can shift your identity and open up new opportunities. So there you have it, a few stories from manifesting my own dream apartments and dream home. We also currently have an exciting new chapter that I can't wait to share with you, also along the lines of manifesting your dream home, dream apartment, dream villa that perhaps you would like to build. Just dropping some little clues, but you'll have to stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me on this journey and watching this video on my empty apartment tour and how to manifest your dream home or dream apartment. If you're also on this journey, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. And make sure to subscribe for more content on manifestation, creativity, and living a soul-led life. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, always sending you all the groovy love. Oh, and of course, make sure to use this code that I'll put up on the screen for $20 off my 21-day manifestation scripting kit. My gift to you. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.